The 23rd annual commemoration ceremony of the death of Joe Slovo is taking place today in Soweto at the Avalon Cemetery. Let's go live to that.
Nani is giving instructions about what the new NEC should do. I must also give some instructions. District leadership of the party, allies, the Communist Party, the ANC, and maybe that you are here, members of COSATU, members of Sango, EYCL, NELIX, the ANC, Zonge. The first benefit, comrade, and everybody who has taken time to be here, comrade, we respect all of you, the national guests. The first benefit, Comrade Blade, of being a national chairperson. I'm not a brand new national chairperson. When you buy a used good, you can't call it brand new. I'm a used product. Yeah, now I'm a chairperson, so I'm not brand new. First benefit is that I was able to go to OR's gravesite yesterday. I am in this memorial activity of Joe Slovo, which if I was Secretary General, it would be impossible to be in East London. So these are the benefits of this new position. We enjoy being here because Comrade Joe Slovo was the leader of the Communist Party. The difference that we start by saying he was a leader of the Communist Party is because he was an official in the Communist Party. He was a chairperson, he was a general secretary, he was an official of the Communist Party. Equally important is that he was the member of the NEC of the ANC. He was a soldier and a commander of Mkondo Wesizwe. Now, everybody has to celebrate his life and time. I thought today, comrade, I will be very short. I will talk about Slovo and his views about a cult of personality. Cult of personality. You know, a cult of personality, comrade, is what is killing our movement. I'm making this point, and I want the party to develop the theory on it. Cult of personality. When we have leaders and we worship them. Once we start worshiping leaders, we can't question them. Once we can't question them, they become bigger than the organization. That is what we call cult of personality. The contribution of Slovo, in the main, was in the body of the theory of the revolution. He was never lazy to write. He was never lazy to make his views and ideas known. He had an exceptional talent on combining ideas coming out of engagement. When comrades engage, Joe Slovo would combine those ideas into a body of ideas. It's a rare talent which the party must still, again, rediscover. Because when we sit and we talk, sometimes we talk about serious issues. And we discuss them, we end up in a conversation. The party must develop a body of ideas out of those conversations. Now, that is why he became one of the most feared and hated leaders of our movement. And what I'm going to talk about feared and hated, Ngamabunu, was particularly pointed at communists. Particularly because in theory apartheid, it positioned itself as an anti-communist ideological movement, apartheid. And therefore they hated every communist. That's why they would hate Slovo, they would hate Yusuf Tatu, they would hate Christian, they would hate any communist. But more feared on Slovo is that he had ideas, he developed the theory of the revolution. Other intellectuals appreciated him in two ways. Those who were opposite of him appreciated that he is not a pushover intellectuals. Those who were with him benefited from his intellectual capacity. Now, I thought, Comrade Blade, I will talk about his ideas on Stalinism. Stalinism. That's why I started by the cult of personality. He simplified this complex concept. You know, we use it loosely. Stalinist wena, without ever trying to understand what this Stalinism is. Uti ke kayichaza uSlovo, uti Stalinism is, I want to read it. Okay, it is a term used to denote bureaucratic and authoritarian style of leadership, which denuded the party and the practice of socialism of its democratic content and concentrated power in the hands of a tiny, self-perpetuating elite. Stalinism is not just about Stalin. It's about a style of political management. It is about depriving society, depriving institutions in society, depriving social movements in society right to influence decision and policy formulation. This is one thing that we should go into details analyzing as a movement becomes sick. Can be the Communist Party, can be the ANC, can be another movement. When an organization becomes sick, Stalinist management of politics creeps in, because the power must be concentrated in the hands of a few who are the elite of the movement. And it is one thing that we must spend time again revisiting and rediscussing. Now, I'm making this point, comrade, because we are not going to rectify our situation and our sins unless we appreciate the fact that we must undertake a rectification program. Now, it's easy to say there's a new leadership, therefore the ANC must do this. It's not as simple as that. It is about having that new leadership as part of a broader program of rectification. But if you're going to put that leadership and expect it to be messiahs, you are putting that leadership up for failure. Now, after we came out of the conference, Bishop Makhoba gave us instruction, remove Zuma immediately. Now, and I sent a message to him as the chairperson, you know. I said to him, Bishop, this loud hailing at the ANC make our life difficult inside the ANC. Because once you insult the ANC, it's the nature of the animal we're in. I'm therefore, I'm secretary of that movement for 10 years, I know now. Once you shout at it, it closes its ranks. It switches off. It stops listening. And I want to appeal, comrade, that please give this new NEC an opportunity to deal with the challenges facing the ANC. Isuzu Stembi, yesterday in Benoni, I said, when we were going to the conference, people asked me, new leadership is quite exciting. And I said, through the eye of the needle, outlines why we elect leadership regularly. It's because we must always try to get cadres of the movement who will fit and understand the challenges of the phase of the revolution. If you miss that, you will elect a leadership for the sake of electing it. Now, the challenges now is to understand what are the major challenges facing our movement today. I've described it in an un-Marxist way, Comrade Blade. Don't know if it's Marxist, I think it's un-Marxist. I said, the biggest challenge facing the ANC today, more than policies, more than implementation, more than programs, is to rid itself of the image and reputation of being corrupt.
Mantashe is speaking there at the 23rd commemoration of Joe Slovo's death, saying that Slovo developed the theory of revolution and that is why he was feared and hated.